Hi, this is Paul Sakis, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Scotty Brewer. Hi, Scotty. How are you?
I am outstanding. I'm glad to be here.
And I'm glad to speak to you. Actually, I'm also from Peace Day Party, and Scotty's a peace man, and he has a organization called peacenow.com, and Scotty Nathan Brewer is doing good work, and we're very excited to get to talk with him. Tell us a little bit about what you're involved in.
Well, I'm involved in the world's largest online petition for peace. We have 2.5 billion Internet users, growing every day. We have 7.2 billion people on the planet, growing every day. And it's just a guess, but based on what I've always experienced, I feel 6.8 billion of us are sane and want peace. So we have a huge opportunity now because we can go online and we can go around religion, we can go around politics, we can go around borders and acknowledge that we are one global community. And in that global community, we can experience love and share peace just by the sheer enacting a peace through numbers. So we're looking for 1 billion signatures for peace. And when we get those 1 billion signatures, we will share the petition with all 196 countries, governments, with the United Nations. And hopefully that will stir the governments that represent us to adopt peace departments. If we've got an economic department and an education department and a war department, we should have a peace department sitting at that same table so that when somebody brings up an alternative that may be violent or lead to conflict, that we have voices in the room for peace. But more importantly, in my opinion, is that we are all have energy, and we have an aura, and it's been measured, and our electromagnetic field is around us. We are energy beings. So when we get 1 billion people in alignment with one thought for peace, there's never been anything like that in all of our history. So that shift, that momentum change, that tipping point can be brought about just because of the number of like-minded wills creating peace. And besides that, I've got 6 friends, and we're hoping that the other 1 billion people have 6 friends, which means we'll be virtually touching everyone on the planet.
Okay. Who's that little boy? Such a cute little boy with a peace dove, Ikigami, I think, what it is. And,
Yep.
What a cute little thing there is. Peace Now, Proclamation, and Petition. All right. Who's the little boy? You know him?
Well, that is supposed to be a little boy or a little girl, depending on your own eye. That it's, the curls are, could be a long-haired boy, it could be a long-haired girl, but the semblance of it all is that this is a beginning of peace. This is a child launching this symbol of peace, and we are at the beginning of peace. And if you look really, really close, in the child's eyes is the reflection of that dove, that paper dove in his eyes. So it's not only that he's launching peace, but he's absorbing peace through his senses. So it is a beautiful symbol that Ben Zeller put together for us. He's a graphic person at imagedriven.com, and he's a wonderful soul and believes in peace with all of his being.
It's a beautiful thing. Congratulations. Let's go a little bit back, get some background here on yourself. And how did you get involved with this?
Well, it was really quite by accident, or more of a calling, that everything is working through me, not of me. That I wrote a book called The Best 10 Years of Your Life, but let's plan on 20. And it's about big dreams becoming goals, and then goals becoming your future through use of a 20-year calendar. That most people plan their vacations more than they plan their lives. And I want people to look out to the horizon and look at where they want to go. Well, and a part of that is there's one chapter in there called Especially for Veterans, and it's about veterans that have post-traumatic stress, but virtually anybody has some kind of tragedy in their life that, depending on where they are in their spiritual development, can bring them to their knees. So we all have to have resources that we can call upon to bolster us in a time of tragedy or hardship. And that chapter is for veterans, and it's about, okay, there's all kinds of programs to help you. There's canine therapy. There's all types of ways that you can choose to get better with if you follow any one path. And in my book with the calendar, I'm saying that most of the time people are focused on what the problems right in front of their face. But veterans focus on what's occurred behind them, the tragedies that haunt them that's behind them, and it doesn't allow them to look forward if they're looking behind. So the calendar lets you say, okay, I know that you were driving around last week shooting holes in the floorboard of your car, but you say you want to get better, so let's just put up there 3 months from now you want to be here for your daughter's birthday. And then, 9 months from now is your anniversary with that bride, the woman that, has stood by you and that you've adored. Let's put that anniversary. We're going to make it to those things. So anyway, I was writing an article for Memorial Day in support of veterans and the best 10 years of your life. And as I was writing it, I first told the story about two American servicemen who died in Afghanistan. And then in the middle of the article, I was saying really the best way to support their memory is through not having their children or their grandchildren have to go and make a sacrifice. And then as I got to the end of that, I was like writing, our goal for them should be peace now. And our vision in America should be for peace now. And our proclamation for the future should be peace now. And so I wrote that and I sent it off. And the next morning I got up and I'm like, why the heck don't we have peace now? Everybody wants it. Why don't we have it? And I said, well, our government, I said, we're in so many conflicts, and the ones that we aren't directly involved in, we pick a horse and we supply them with arms. I said, nah, the government's really not doing a good job with that. And I was like, business? No, there's so much money being made in the war business. And I said, well, religion? I was like, no, that's half the reason we're fighting. And I finally said, I don't really hear a voice for peace that's really out there that people realize is the way that they should join and enact peace. And then so I kind of stuck my hand up real quietly toward the heavens and said, okay, I'll do it. And the next day I bought the web domain, and I started talking to people, and they were like, 1 billion signatures, that's impossible. But if we do it, that's a game changer. So that's how we got enacted. And if you go to our web, www.peacenow.com, and you go to the About Us, there's the article is there, and our mission statement and our vision and stuff like that. So
doing good stuff here, Scotty. We love it. I'm not sure if you know a little bit about our background, but we've been involved with the International Day of Peace for 12 years. and been doing a concert here in Central Park and been involved with that, as well as we just created the largest human peace sign in Times Square on September 21st. So we're and putting together an hour television broadcast and an annual event as well called Peace Day Party. So we're looking to get the entire world to have a party on September 21st, the day that the UN declared as International Day of Peace. And so we're in essence really very much in mates here. Let's say that, and in every aspect of every word that you said, actually, because the military, we have Good News Military on our broadcast, how they're there, or they're peaceniks. They're out there to get peace on the planet Earth, and we're supportive of them in total, as you are, and respectful as you are. And so, what's your approach to get all those names? Is it public relations, or how are you going to go about it, and how can we help you? Because helping you is helping us, and we're all in it together.
Well, we have on our website under our community called Peace Links. So I will have our webmaster add your website, goodnewsplanet.com, to that, so that there's a ranking within the search engines. If you're connected to this and this is connected to that, and overall, so we can do that to support each other. We can like each other on Facebook. There's a lot of things that we can do to get the word out. And then the other things, we are working with John Viscount, who is the writer and the screenplay writer of the 28 award-winning 15-minute short movie called Admissions, which is a wonderful story of a couple that's killed as they're dining in, I think it's Tel Aviv. The terrorist blows himself up. And then what they do is they find themselves in this admissions room where there's a door that says heaven and a door that says hell, and they have 15 minutes to make the case for going to heaven. And it's basically a movie about love and forgiveness and recognizing that we are all oneness. And no matter what our individual views are here, that we should be able to set those aside. We can differ politically or have different religions or different anything, but still recognizing the beauty that exists within all of us. And John's put together an e-book that's going to be going out and supporting the Global Alliance for Peace and Infrastructure Development for Peace and Peace Now. We're working with them. We are going to be the collection arm of this little family of peace for this petition. And then once we have the billion signatures, they'll go to the United Nations and all the 196 governments of the world. So we're working with other organizations. We're working with Facebook, and then hopefully as we get more donations and more cash flow, then since this is a web reach out, we'll pay more to Google to up our results when somebody types in peace. And then quite honestly, I'm not sure exactly what we'll do, because what I was told to do was get this thing going. And
you're doing it.
Yeah, and I'm doing it. But I don't know, we're on the first steps, and we've got 1 billion people joining. And that's what's exciting, because when you sign a petition, you also get the opportunity to volunteer, to become a peace ambassador. And when you're getting 1 billion people, how many geniuses will sign up, and how many writers, and how many movie producers, and how many teachers, and how many, I don't know. So if you're open to letting the universe provide maybe somebody will come forward and want to do a movie, or maybe somebody is a Nobel laureate in peace and they become a spokesperson. So the whole idea is you're brave enough to take a step, and divinity will put the path beneath your foot. If you look toward the future and take the step, you will be supported.
I love it. Scotty, let me ask you one last question. I think we could talk for a long time, but right now let's make this our introductory, say hello kind of thing here. What's good news for you, Scotty?
What's good news?
In any aspect of your life.
Oh, what's good news for me? Anytime that right now that we hear that there's we didn't go to Syria, that was a big step for the United States. The people pretty much said, no. I just came back from Korea Monday this week, where I did a presentation to one of the universities there and talked to students there, and I went into Busan, Korea, which is the only United Nations peace park and cemetery in the world, and to stroll there and see the United Nations flags there, and know that there's a vision for peace that's shared around the planet by so many people, and that we are enacting peace, is the good news that lifts me every day and makes me appreciate each step of the journey and have the courage to take the next step.
Great. Scotty, so much. I thank you for sharing this good news with us. We'll work together, partner, and stay on the right path here. So thank you for all the work you're doing here.
Oh, and you too. I've looked at your website and the work that you did for International Peace Day, September 21st, was beautiful and organized and passionate, and you're on the right path too, brother.
Okay. All sounds good. Thanks so much, Scotty.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.